Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is SOE Lysander by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van Hare. Going to do today an overview on how to use the module. I'm going to go more in depth onto like setting it up and everything. Be advised that this is my personal module and the one that, if or when it gets distributed, will not have said charts up here where you see them. Because we don't distribute everything. So if you're looking to get a free game, you're not getting it here. I'm sorry. So anyway, you're going to start up by choosing one of the pilots. I have all 6 available to play. Should not be able to include that if I did my job right. Adjust any if you don't choose the right pilot in the beginning. You'll have to go in and change you know what I mean. My brain's still kind of going here. A lot going on. Anyway, I'm choosing pilot 1. Come up here and you can always change to retire and go into a different pilot. Um, Main screen up here is where you're going to be drawing your cards dependent on the length of the mission and everything. I have 6 slots on each side of the main map where all the different pilots that are playing. So if you choose to play this co-op, you guys can all have your separate Moxie, Pilotage, and Sixth Sense there. The weather maps are right here. You cannot control them on the board. You have to try to control them up here on the board with the next season, previous season. And I didn't go too crazy with because there's so many different things involved in this. I did not go too crazy with these. These are all just move them around. Down at the bottom here, we have your 6 different planes. Undo that. And I don't know whether I really did. I don't know. Trying to remember if I knocked these out or not. That you can't use them. I can always do that later. A lot's happened in the middle of me putting this module together. So honestly, I'll forget a lot of what I've done in here, and some of it may have slipped through the cracks. So anyway, I'm going to do mostly a setup, fuel track and everything. You're going to add fuel or fill for fuel, but I believe I have that set up automatically, I want to say. Destination counter, you'll put that on whatever destination your mission's going to be. Your plane counter, and I have that set up here. Um, as with all my games, I'll have an end of mission up here. That'll take care of everything. I'll rotate him back up. Doesn't matter what that is. Damage, you can apply that as you go. Well, actually, I think I have that set up that when you draw a card up here, that'll automatic. I try to do things as much automation as I can so you don't forget or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to go in. I did add SOP. I realized I'd forgotten to do that. So I've added the SOP, which is going to start up here in the initial setup. But afterwards, once you get through the initial setup, if you hit return, that'll bring you back down here to monthly operations, so you don't have to scroll through because it's quite a lengthy SOP. Anyway, initial pilot table, roll on table A1 to determine starting mix of skills for your pilot. Like I said, these charts are for me and my instructional videos and my play and whatnot. These will not be in the game, so none of them. So just beware. Yes, they show here, but they're not part of the module. I didn't forget them. Um, we're going to roll on this and roll a 2d6, and we're going to get a 8, which is going to be the Moonlighter, 4 chits for pilotage. So when you do this, you're going to go down to your pilot, and you're going to set your pilotage right here for. And what this does is set your pilotage. So at the end of whenever you hit end mission from now on until that adjusts up, if you gain skills or stuff, that will reset back to 4 of them once your mission's ended. So let's see, that was 8. Moonlighter, we're going to Moxie, 4 chits of Moxie, so we're going to set Moxie, 4 chits of that. And we're also going to get 1 chit of Sixth Sense, which I was hoping to get more on, but hey, you don't always get what you want. Alright, so that's it for that one. Now we're going to go to back to our SOP. Initial rank. We're going to roll in table A2 for that. Actually, I can shrink this down some. It doesn't need to be that blatant. Initial rank. Initial rank, we're rolling a 2d6 again. We got an 8 again. We have Flight Sergeant with 0 additional charts. So yeah, we're not off to a very good start here with our guy getting a lot of stuff. So this is probably not going to be the longest of operations here. Next, we're going to go to starting flight times. So we roll in table A3. 2d6 again. We're going to have 7. So we're going to be daytimes is 350 plus 4d6. So 4d6, and I'm going to go into my, try to remember where I have this now. Logs, pilot 1 logs. Yes, and we're going to go slide this over here. We're going to have flying times carried forward. We have 350 plus 4d6. That's going to be 8, and 7 is 15, so that's going to be 365 daytimes. We're going to go here, enter carryover times 365, and we're going to put that in. And then we're going to go to nighttime, 100 plus 2d6, and that's 4. So we're going to have 104 flight times on. And I didn't automate this too much because there's just a lot to it. You guys would not believe all the calculations and stuff that I had to do, because I did incorporate flying time for the missions into the fuel and everything. So it's there's a lot of interaction in here that if I try to do things easier, it would be a lot harder for me anyway. Aircraft assignment roll on table A4 to determine which Lysander is assigned to you. So A4 is going to be right here, and we're going to roll a d6. We get a 1. We're going to get serial number V9367. So I have that down here. So we've got, I thought I put that down there. You know what? Maybe I set up. Duh. There we go. Select serial number V9367. See if I don't remember it, how do I expect you guys to use it? So we're under setup. We're going to select that, and it's going to put it right there so you can see it. And then that's going to be fuselage code MAB. And I've got that auto selected too, so you can just hit that up, and now your plane's ready to go. Name and starting base. Name your pilot and Lysander. Gameplay begins at RAF Tempsford. And we're up to here, not down in Tangmere, because we're going to have to move down. And I am just going to put, let's see, I think we have, I thought somewhere there's a names chart in here, but you know what? I really don't need that. 9 times out of 10, when I set up a campaign, unless there's a quick, I'll just go in here and Google up a random English name. Name generator, and we'll just go into fantasy names and see what that brings up for me. This one's usually pretty good. And right off the bat, we've got, you know what, let's just use Alexander Carter. And I see if I can remember where I put the names in here, because I think I remember, yeah, Alexander Carter, Control V. That's going to give us a name now. So we're Flight Sergeant Alexander Carter. We are pilot number 1. 6 Sense pilotage and footage we have set. Next pilot, previous pilot. These are you can change your picture. I'm just going to, let's go with that one. Then we're going to go down to circuit assignments. Circuit assignments, rolling the current months. Well, actually, yeah, current months. Uh, Table BX circuit assignments. So current months. Let's see where I have that BX. That's in B charts. B charts, B charts, B charts, and we just started off the game, so we are in I think it's June 43 where we start. I'm pretty sure of it. June 43. We're going to roll 2d6 right here. And we've got 61, or 7 rather. That's just going to be going to salesman and tinker. And what I've done now is I've put the assignments in here so you don't have to try to remember everything. So we've got 7 salesmen. That's going to be a TC of 3 and 2. And we don't know our cargo and stuff. And we also have then tinker. And that's going to be a TC of 6 and 2. So we're ready on our assignments, and I did one of those for each pilot so that there's plenty of room to do that, and that gives you enough that you should be able to do your special missions and everything too. All right, so we're rolling next on pilot training. Pilot training, we're going to roll on B6. We did not complete any missions, so we're not going to be able to do that on the first one. Skip that table. Awards, we did not complete any awards, so we're going to skip that one. Promotions, we did not do any missions, so we're going to skip that one. Mission assignments. For each circuit assignment, roll on table B9 for packs and cargo loads. So we're going to bring our packs and cargo loads back down here. Our assignments here. And the packs cargo load open. There's our counters and everything, so we can randomize this or we can choose what we want. And that is going to be on chart B9. So for the outbound, no DRM. So first outbound on salesman, we're going to 4, 2 times packs and 3 times cargo. So we're going to put 2 times cargo, 3 times cargo. You know how quickly we forget. And passengers, it's going to be 2 times. And then for the return assignment, 1 empty. So we're going to go do that. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it already. That's all right. We're allowed to do that. I've just got tons going on. It's going to settle down soon. I'll get my move over with, and then all the personal BS should be pretty well settled down to life and normal. And I'll be happy to see that again. Not that I like the way things turned out, but I just like things to settle down. 3 times cargo. And we've got 1 time 1 packs. 1 passenger cargo, and on the way back from Tinker, we're going to get 1 again, which is going to be empty again. So there we have our assignments already. So now you don't have to try to remember all this stuff or write it down. So we got a computer, we're using a computer, we're going to use it. So, and actually that's what I wanted to do also. So when you do this, you should draw your stuff right off the bat. So if you do get special missions, this stuff's not. So we're going to get 3 cargo, and it didn't specify. So we're just going to go Sten guns, spring guns, and a Eureka. And we got 2 passengers, pilot, and a courier. And then down here we got 3 cargo, explosives, ammunition, brain guns. And down here we've got 1 passenger, co-pilot. I guess we're picking him up. He probably got shot down somewhere. And there are probably rules on that. And I do not profess to know the rules well in this yet. And I'm not going to go look them up right now. I'm just kind of more doing the how to properly use this and set up the campaign and maybe try to do one 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 section so you guys know how to use all the different things, because I did try to automate as much as possible. Anyway, mission assignments were done. We're positioning. Fly, position your Lysander to RAF Tangmere. Log 1 hour of daytime, night, not night. So we're going to fly down to Tangmere. This is going to be June. I'm going to see. I'm going to need to get out the rules for this because I'm forgetting things already. It's just it is what it is. We're not going to try to. Mission assignments. Yeah, see this right here, eighth. I can go ahead and use him because, no, actually I can't. He only comes back on the return trip, so I got to get rid of him and draw another one. Eighth Air Force only comes back on the return trip. This guy's gonna be training with us. This guy's gonna be coming training with us too. So we're doing 2 training missions on the first one. See, it's a good thing I did look up them. Um, Simply make an entry in one log of flights. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be June. We're flying. I forget when it is. So we're just going to put a login 1 hour in there. Fly to Tangmere. Let's call it June 6th. No, go to the 5th, 1943. And then we're going to go, let's go around at 1100. Fuselage code, we're an MAB. We're going to go pilot is going to be, I think we still have that. Yes, we do. We still have that saved up in there. Duty, we're just going to enter the duty and call it fly to Tangmere. We're not going to put any results in because there's nothing really to report there. We're going to go ahead and add a date, hour. And just like that. All right, and then you see how that works, where it's asking you to once I put fuel into a tank when we're actually tracking fuel, that's going to ask me for fuel segments. So I have that no fuel segment portion listed in there, so that if there's segments, I think, when you're on the ground where you're going to be turning around and you're not using fuel. There is also like this flight where it's 1 hour you're not using fuel. But when you have fuel in there and you're flying, you're going to have to use it. So that'll automatically drop this down. And as you see, you can only add and fill fuel from here. So next up is I did put our guy. Yes, we are down in Tangmere now. So we're going to go ahead and place and move night marker. Place the night marker on the first night of the tracker. So I already had that first night right there. After the first night, advance the night marker 1 step to the right to the next night. After the 13th night, proceed directly to and continue gameplay on the SEP1 end of month. So we've moved it. We put that in the first night. Now we're going to choose a mission. Decide which of your assigned circuits you intend to fly. We also got to remember that there is a modifier here, -4. Roll any applicable CX weather conditions. So we got weather conditions. That's going to be sea charts, weather conditions, and summer of 43 June. We're going to roll 2d6. We get a 42, which is cloud. Current weather. And I want to make sure I'm doing this all right, which is Yeah, I don't remember any of the rules. I was hoping I'd remember more than this to go through this because it's very important, but I don't remember squat, so we're gonna have to start it all over again. But I will go through this. You may select from any of your assigned mission circuits, except when you have a special mission pending. The special missions must always be flown. WX rolls. There are 3 DRs to make for each night regarding the WX. One is for the current WX at the time of takeoff. Okay, so that was cloud. Another was for the forecast WX at the landing zone, and the other one is for return to Tangmere. So our current weather is going to be cloud, and I've got to look at the pictures because I just forget. I think this is cloud right here. I'm going to make it so right now. Current weather cloud. I know there's a diagram in here. I just got to find it. So I'm trying to do this without too much stumbling and mumbling, and that's almost impossible anymore. So there we go. There's what I was looking for. Cloud, cloud, cloud. All the counters. Yes, that is the cloud. And then where second die roll is going to be for um, landing zone forecast. So landing zone forecast, we're going to go ahead and roll again. That's going to be a 26 this time. That's going to be range, so that's going to be landing zone forecast. And rain is, if I can get my counters out here again. It is important where you put these. I think this is rain right here. Yes, that's rain. June 16th, first day, June 10th. So yeah, we're on the 10th. That's why I had brain lock earlier, and that's why I didn't want to go too far under my date. So I wanted to do my flight on this 5th or something. I knew that. So our landing zone forecast is here. Now we're going to roll for our Tangmere forecast, which is 12. Thunderstorms back at Tangmere. Thunderstorms. What do thunderstorms look like? And as you play this, you'll get more used to these. It's kind of overwhelming sometimes when you first start, especially when you don't remember squat, like I don't remember squat. But thunderstorms is the one with the lightning. Not extreme. This is just the one cloud and lightning right there. All right, so there we're set up on that now, and that makes a difference when you're rolling dice later. I remember that much, but I don't remember too much about it. Roll separately for each of the 3 and record the results individually in your SOE mission diary, which is, I did not make one. You know what? I do want to put a notes. So I'm going to make a note to myself to put notes in here, and so there will be a notes um, available. Just not there yet. My pen's falling apart. CJ's tire. They do good on tires, but they're not very good on pens, I guess. Oh, you know what? That screws on. Never mind. I take that back. That's just me being an idiot. All right. Making notes. I should be used to that. Notes on SOE. I'm working on several different things at once now, trying to keep my mind busy. All right. Next up is once the WX has been rolled, if it is unfavorable, you may stand down for the current night and return to phase 1. Unfavorable meaning we're going to have different. And I'm probably not going to save this, so I'm just going to deal with trying to remember everything. I was trying to step by step it, but I'm having difficulty remembering all that. We did the weather determination. We got no box cars. If you roll boxcars. You got to do roll for special missions. Um, so based on the weather conditions and we got a -4 because it's going to be darker, so we're going to be losing a lot of things. We have a 3, so setting up your fuel. There's lots of different things here. Let's go ahead and just say we're going to add, or actually, um, let's go over here and fill fuel, and it's going to ask me how much. And I don't want, um, it'll tell you, you see I have 23 in there. That's just the only way I could really set this up. That's why I put up here specifically 1 to 22, and we're only going 3 sections, so you don't want too much. You see the difference. You've got to, one of the many decisions you're going to make in this game is determine, keep your modifiers down so you don't get beat up on the way out there, but you don't want to run out of fuel either. So this is the first one I would try to do would be my easy route because it's got a lot of bad modifiers on it. So we're just going to go ahead and say I'm going to use 10 fuel. Okay, now if I go to the logs, and I'm going to quit trying to play it and just explain to you how to use it. If we were to fly, say we're going to fly to the next mission, we would enter. See, now you have an enter time segment fuel. So if I click on this, it's going to move that. You saw the fuel knocked down a little bit. And I also put up here that it's going to reflect the modifier because the one problem with my games, I probably need to do the same thing to the night marker modifiers. One problem with me making the modules the way I do is when you have, and damage, night marker and damage marker, is that when the piece is covering it up and I don't let you move it, you don't know what it says underneath of it. Come on, Greg. So I will go ahead and put the same thing I did on the fuel on this and the damage, so you know how the modifiers to put on there. And let's see here. So what else do I got here? I'm going to just kind of draw on your cards. I forget how to do the cards now. There's a lot I forget, so that's what it's probably not good. I try to play through this. It's probably best I try to just 3 and 2. I forget what 3 and 2 stands for. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to have to restart all over on this. Anyway, let's just draw out a few cards, okay? Tangmere Airfield, let's go ahead. This is going to be a channel card. That's right, there's something to do with channels in France, and I can't remember now, and I'm not going to try to. So, and then let's just do this. I'm not even going to worry about it. And we're going to go ahead, and you're supposed to be able to know all these. I believe you flipped them all over. And then we're going to bring up our plane, and we're going to be ready to fly. And we're going to bring it up here. Once we're up here, um, then you're going to bring it up to, okay, departure weather and forecast weather. Forecast weather is thunderstorms, so we need to put a pieces. Weather, thunderstorms. Thunderstorms down here, and departure weather is cloud. And that gives you all your modifiers there. And then we're going to figure out where we're going to move on there. So up here, now I'm going to just go through the counter because you're going to put your guy on whatever level you're trying to fly on. I tried to make the size of the cards and everything, so it should be, you basically have to do the same thing you would do if you're playing on the board. All right, just make sure that you know which one you're actually flying at and don't cheat yourself. Maybe put it so you see the level that you're flying on above it. I don't care how you do it, just remember what you're doing. Um, do remembering that when you put used mock-shoot chits and stuff like that out, that they're going to be going through over here. So facing, it's just heading home, heading to target. So that's just keeping in turn with the game, and then you know where you're at when you've got to fly back and around stuff. Um, If you get damaged, you're going to place a hit. That's going to put the hit on you. You're going to put that up above on the way out, I think it is, and to the right on the way down, or I forget what it is. But anyway, you got to place a hit, and you see down. Oh, I did do it on the damage. You got the damage marker has already moved one because I placed the hit. Okay. If I am going to go ahead and use Sixth Sense, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. You would also place that up there. You also notice that it took away my Sixth Sense down here. And then once you do that, you can no longer use it. Say I use pilotage, same thing. I use pilotage or drop the pilotage, and then etc. There is also, let's see here. I didn't put, and I'm thinking about putting weather, but there's just so many weather that I think it's better that I just make you guys put out the weather for each one for each card. That's basically your mission to you track your mission so you can back through later and figure out what you did on your mission. Anyway, when you're done, you can return to the hangar. You might not even need to return to the hangar. I can move that back up here a second. Now, I want to remember what I did with the end mission. When you're done with the mission, the end mission is going to get rid of all the cards. Yes, it will return you to the hangar. It returns you back to your basic Moxie Sixth Sense pilotage, and it'll clear all this off, but it does not clear the damage out. You will have to repair the damage yourself because that carries over from mission to mission. So if I bring, trying to remember where I did this. Set up, place hit, and ready to fly, ready to fly. If I bring him back up, you're going to go ahead and I thought I had that in there. Nope, set damage. I gotta figure out where I did that. Figure out where I did that. I know it's in there. Anyway, it's going to be in there. You know what? Maybe return to hangar. Maybe it's when I bring up ready to fly. Yes, there it is. I have it automated. When you bring up your plane, unless you actually repair the damage, um, you will. It'll reset your damage to whatever plane is in there. I've got to play this through and make sure everything works as it's supposed to be, but that's all automated. So if I were to bring plane one back up ready to fly, you see my carryover damage is there. Now if I repair that damage and I take him back to the hangar and I bring him up later, ready to fly, you see it stays there. It's no longer there. So that's just, I've tried to make it as easy as possible for your flying together co-op to remember each unit's damage and stuff. So what else do we got? I think that is it. If there's more to it, then we'll get that somewhere along the line. So, all right, I'm going to. Well, we may make another video somewhere along the line because this one's not the most professional video, but it gives you an overview of the module. And I don't think. Yeah, when you're done the mission, you will have to come back up here and shuffle the cards back up. You shouldn't need to be up there for any other thing. No seasons, you're just adding them, doing them, the logs and everything. I've gone over pieces. I have all the pieces up here that you should need. I think that's it. There you have it. That's just about as good as an overview. I'm going to do with all the changes I made. Oh yes, you're going to be putting your cargo and stuff in here as you do a mission. I'm not sure if I have the modifiers shown on that neither, so I'll check that. Cargo modifiers. That'll take a bit of work to make sure that the cargo show them when I put them on there, but we'll see that. All right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you very much for joining me. This is SOE Lysander by Thomas Van Hare and Historic Wings, and this is a brief overview, not so brief overview, of the module. And yes, this will be getting released. I had a hiccup into my plans as life kind of fell apart there for a few months, so we're trying to get back on the horse here and ride this one out. And I will talk to you guys next time, and you all have a good night. Thank you.